Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Peace Etc. and I guide people who grew up in mentally and emotionally unstable homes become secure and safe within themselves. So today I'll be discussing the inner child and talking about their traits and characteristics that's common amongst the inner child. Everyone's inner child is unique, obviously, but there are some universals amongst everyone's inner child, so that's what I'll be focusing on today. And also just to note that the inner child holds the key to your healing and empowerment and self-discovery. So what you want to do is reconnect with your inner child rather than forget about your inner child or your child self. So I'll get right into the traits and characteristics. Number 1, the inner child places conditions on themselves to be loved and accepted, and to love and accept themselves. They see others as who they want them to be rather than others for who they really are. The inner child believes in limited possibilities, can only see limited possibilities, and has a very limited perception of the world, of themselves, of possibilities. The inner child sees the world through wounds and conditioning. The inner child has a victim mindset. The inner child has black and white thinking. The inner child lacks boundaries. The inner child places external validation over internal or validation from themselves. The inner child is oftentimes very scared. The inner child takes things personally because they don't take context or other people's conditions into account. They only see what's in front of them. The inner child is afraid to be themselves and to use their time, energy, and resources on themselves. They're afraid to make mistakes because in their minds, mistakes mean that they're a bad person or that there's something wrong with them. And so mistakes are intertwined with their sense of self-worth and self-esteem. The inner child tries to meet others' expectations and what they think others expect from them. And so they live from shoulds and I have to's rather than I want to. The inner child fears abandonment and also freedom. They don't see that security comes from being free. The inner child is not clear about their likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses, values, opinions, and feelings. The inner child is prone to giving love and has difficulties receiving and accepting unconditional love. It's used to accepting love with conditions. And the inner child undervalues themselves while overvaluing others. And also the inner child, lastly, attaches to others from a place of needing them to feel okay, to feel safe and secure within themselves, rather than, oh, I want to connect with this person, because they feel like if they don't have other people, they're not going to be okay, that they're not going to survive. So these are some characteristics and traits that's universal to the inner child. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And thanks for listening.